Welcome to the King Sanctuaries podcast, where you get biblical answers for everyday problems.
The topic for discussion today is spiritual warfare. I am your host, Desta Sandy. So, Pastor Dio, what is spiritual warfare?
Okay, spiritual warfare is very real. And it's like how you have natural warfare or natural war, where armies line up against armies.
Right.
Spiritual warfare is that the unseen forces of evil line up against God's people.
Okay.
Right. So spiritual warfare deals with Satan and his horde of demons that have set themselves up in such a way to destroy any life he can find.
Okay.
And so he wages war against the church, wages war against God's people. And so it's the unseen battle that is occurring actively. Ephesians 6 speaks to this very blatantly, where it says, we fight not against flesh and blood, but we fight against authorities and rulers and the spiritual forces in wicked places. And it goes on to describe the different enemies that we face. So spiritual warfare is an unseen battle where Satan leads his pack of demons to wage war against God's people. Right. What is very interesting as you look on this topic of spiritual warfare is in Revelation 12 verse 4, there's an interesting dynamic occurring where there's a spiritual warfare in the heavenlies. And the word of God says that the devil, in Revelation 12 verse 4, Satan swept a third of the angels of heaven and flung them to earth. And that is a very a verse filled with insight, showing you that somehow Satan had convinced a third of the angels to fight against God. So the Satan is a fallen angel. All demons are fallen angels. And really what happened is that the devil, Satan, he somehow convinced all of these angels to go against God, which is in itself something that we have to wonder about. How could such a persuasion like that occur? Right. But so Satan and a third of the angels are actively waging war against the people of God, waging war against anybody actually. But the people of God must be aware of it, that we are definitely in a battle. Ephesians 6:10-30 makes it very clear that we fight against these unseen forces of evil. And that is what is spiritual warfare. This invisible battle where it actively fighting to pull people away from the Lord. Okay. Amen.